What's up everyone, Alex here, and this video has been a long time coming because we've known that PlayStation Vita would be coming to Android for some time, and it's finally here and it works on the Odin, and I've always believed that the Odin Pro would be pretty decent at emulating Vita. And you know, I have the look of a PlayStation device now with the Sakura retro modding buttons, an Etsy sticker that I found. And now the Odin is a machine that can play PS1, PS2, PSP, and PlayStation Vita. So we're going to take a look at PlayStation Vita today. We're going to have a look at different titles. And it's not perfect, so we're going to be going into that. My testing so far, I'm going to check all of these games again, because some of them currently don't work, even if they say they're playable. And that is either because it's just the device isn't powerful enough or something else. Could be a graphics driver issue. In terms of installing this emulator, there are already a lot of good videos out. I just recently did a video for the Retro Pocket 3 Plus where I went into how you can install the emulator and just get everything going. For the Odin though, we're strictly just going to be checking out some games. The only thing I'm really going to go into is here in configuration and in settings. If we go to GPU, we can select a graphics driver for the GPU, and there are several. You can add a custom driver. I'm going to leave a list in the description below of ones you can download. So for the Odin, we are looking at Adreno. Adreno 600. I can't remember specifically which Adreno 600 it is, but for myself, these are the ones I have. I have default. I found one, I think it was on Discord, someone showed Turnip Stable. If I can't find that again, I will upload it so that people can grab that. And then this is the other one I've been using, version 667, and this will be on the link I leave in the description. You can download that one too. These are drivers that have been quite consistently used for Skyline. I'm going to leave it on Turnip Stable for now. So there are going to be some games where if you change the graphics driver, it might actually improve things, or I don't know, maybe even potentially get them booting. I haven't found this myself, so I'm going to leave it on Turnip Stable, and every other setting is on default except for this one, which I mentioned yesterday, Live Area App Screen off. And I turn that off because that will allow me to get Streets of Rage Remake running, running and can get it going. Otherwise, you're left on a kind of the live area screen with no play button to even play it. And a correction for my video I did on the Retro Pocket 3 Plus, because I have Streets of Rage Remake on here now. And it turns out what I installed to get the 5.2 version running with widescreen, the link I had was not it. So I have uploaded the data I have, and I'll link it again in the video description here as well, so that you can also download and install Streets of Rage Remake with widescreen. The only downside is it doesn't include D-pad. So that was different for the 3 Plus because the D-pad is up here. Using the control stick and the buttons for the Odin to play Streets of Rage is actually kind of decent for the Odin, so it won't bother me as much on this device. But that is it. We're going to go start looking at some games now. I'm literally just going to go through all of these one by one. You can see I've got loads of them on here. Most of them have been touted as playable on the site, but we're just going to go through them. Starting off with Assassin's Creed 3 Liberation. Now this is one I think is just going to crash. And there's a fair few of these that are going to do the same thing, so just expect that in this video. I just kind of want to go through them and show exactly what happens with my emulator as it is, and then with the graphics driver I'm using as well. I just remembered I don't have the sound up. I turned it down. So you can see that it crashed, and I have to go find my emulator now, because I just made a button for it in my Android. I didn't really feel like making a collection for it because it's not a complete emulator yet, so it's very much testing. I kind of consider Skyline the same now, so I did the same. So I'm going to go back into Vita. Have to touch, apparently. So AC3 doesn't work. Call of Duty Black Ops Declassified, also touted as playable, but this one's not going to run either. Unfortunately, it would have been cool if this one ran, but I think it just stays on this screen. There have been a couple of occasions where I've left the game to just sit for a little while, and then suddenly it says in the bottom left that shaders have compiled, and then the game will start running. It hasn't done that with every game. Unfortunately, I have left this one on for a while, and it did absolutely nothing. So I don't think Black Ops is going to work. I'd love someone to prove me otherwise. Just to clarify, and it's in the video, this is an AYN Odin Pro model, not base or light. It could be possible that the Vita emulator will run differently on the light because it's different hardware. It's not a Snapdragon, so I'm not exactly sure what that's going to be like on the light. So I'll be interested to see some light videos. But yeah, I've left this going on for a while. I can't even back out, so I need to close the emulator and go back in. Dragon's Crown works. I had a couple of problems with this at first, but it seems the turnip driver I'm using at the moment has fixed graphics. I tested this out on the Retro Pocket 3 Plus, and a lot of the graphics had these like lines, like almost like scan lines through the artwork. It's not the case on here. The only downside to this on the Odin Pro is it still has a crackle in the sound, and I don't think changing the audio driver did anything to fix that. So I'm going to start the game, and as usual, I'm going to pick the sexy lady. And I've also set my controls to be Xbox style because that correlates with the Vita buttons in this emulator. And I'm just going to do the tutorial section, and hopefully not as bad as I did on the on the Retro Pocket 3 Plus the other day. So yeah, a bit disappointing that the sound's crackly, but apart from that... Oh, do you have to use the D-pad? Nope, you have to use this. So jump, dash, teleport. And it's running very smooth. It's just got a little bit of crackly sound. I'm not sure if that quite comes through through the microphone. I know a lot of the like higher up YouTubers, will capture the audio directly, but I do think it's good to hear it like through the speakers in like a natural environment. Okay, I have enough magic to do all this stuff this time, because yesterday I was like, "Where's my magic meter?" Because I didn't remember seeing one. And this time I just got to beat this guy up and take his crossbow. But if they make any improvements soon to this emulator and it gets the audio in this just perfect, that would be so good. Because this is an amazing game. And it's not easy to like play this anymore, so a great addition to this emulator. Alright, so get some food. Just literally gonna blast through the tutorial. I kind of want to run through like the main area, the hub. Because I just want to find out at first if the audio was just like this section, if it's bad, and see if it changed later on, but it doesn't actually. It's just something you have to bear on this device. But the audio problem was also on the Retro Pocket 3 Plus, and I have not seen this game tested on any higher up, like Snapdragon Gen 1 or Gen 2 devices yet. So I'm curious. Oh, it's so cool that you can do the touchscreen as well. I'm curious to see how this game would run on that and see if the audio problems persist. Because if that's the case, then maybe it's just like, I don't know. It shouldn't be a performance problem. I really do think an update to the simulator in the future will fix this. If they add, well, basically if they add some audio stretching. The combo system's pretty cool in this game. The people that made this game, they also have another game on the Odin, which is Odin Sphere. I don't think Odin Sphere works yet on this emulator. Like, no matter what device you use. That would have been a cool one to test. The combos in this kind of remind me of Streets of Rage 4, actually. I wonder if they were inspired by this game a little bit. Did I get him? Thank you. This game looks gorgeous. I've been so looking forward to PlayStation Vita on the Odin. The only thing that annoys me, I've had my Odin Pro for over a year now, and it does feel like, you know when you have a device for long enough, you feel a bit of wear and tear overall. You've used it so much, and your oily fingers have been all over it. I think the left side of my case is a bit clicky. I have to like really wedge it in to kind of keep it stiff. So, and God, I'd really love to get a whole new shell for this thing again, because it really is a beautiful device. It still is, but because there's like this whole new golden age of handhelds going on, we're getting some pretty incredible devices coming. I'm gonna put the audio to the microphone for a moment. I just want you to hear that crackling, because if you were to sit down and play this, it would get annoying. Well, she runs funny. That's weird. Oh, she's holding her hat. That's okay. Hey, this is the thumbnail for the video. Absolutely. What happens if you No. Okay. There is another problem with this emulator. I noticed this on the Retro Pocket. If I go to sleep mode, it doesn't stop the emulator from working, so they need to figure that out soon. So I'm going to close this, and we're going to check out the next game. Fez. Now, some of these games I've chosen, I don't believe there's another way to emulate Fez, and you can't get it on Android, but this is a game that's going to crash. Here, it doesn't boot. I'm pretty sure the compatibility list said it's playable, but it's not crashing yet. I'm hearing the fan. There we go, it's crashed. Okay, so Fez doesn't work. I've tried that a bunch of times. It just does not work. Unfortunately, no controls work here. You have to use touch here. We're going to go to Freedom Wars. Now, this is one I've started, and I saw it was running, but I hadn't like properly play tested it yet. So we're going to just check this out and see what it's like. GPU to default. I'm going to save and close, and then shut down the emulator and go back into PlayStation Vita, and then I'm going to test this game one more time, but with the default graphics settings for this emulator. So not using any custom drivers. So let's see what the default graphics is like when it gets into the menu. When it comes to like testing emulation, all this like testing out different graphics drivers, I find annoying. I like tweaking settings, but to think that to get different performance out of a game, you have to have like a bunch of different graphics drivers lying around, and you have to test like each one of them or something. Yeah, that would drive me crazy. I'm just not interested in that. Sounds too experimental. Okay, so default settings. Same thing. I swear to God, I saw a video of this game running. I mean, it was like 15 frames per second, but maybe less actually. It wasn't fantastic. I already know the game's not playable, but here we go. It seems like the same thing was going to happen with that other driver. So, and this is what's popping up here to enter your name is literally just the Vita. Oh, it's so slow. It's really slow. I wonder if this was going to work with the first driver, actually, because I did kind of like give up and say, I don't think this is going to work. Submit. Can I pick last name? Oh, I have to do it with the D-pad. We will call ourselves... Wow. My first name is Vita. My last name is Vita. Submit. Are you happy with the following name? Vita Vita. Yes, I am. Oh. That's weird, this game. Only some stuff is touch. Maybe there's no touch at all. I am a guy with body type 1. I just want to be generic man for now. Oh, how many options do I have to do? It's really slow though. Choose which panda. What? Is London in here? I'll take London. Yeah, let's go for London. London, baby. Okay. Wow, that's really slow. It's kind of odd. So, graphically, this game doesn't seem to be too different to some of the other games I've checked out, but, you know, appearances can be deceiving, Mr. Anderson. Whereas I've seen, like, games like Tales of Innocence are running butter smooth. The Great Transformation. You can't skip this? I appreciate a game that lets you skip things for testing reasons. Sure is. He's wearing headphones. They're all wearing headphones. What? Is there like a musical element to this game I don't know about? That'd be pretty cool. It's like the Hi-Fi Rush of Monster Hunter. Hi-Fi Rush was pretty cool, and you can stream it on the Odin. It plays really nicely on here. But I only played like 2 sections of that game. I played it for like a few hours, and then I just kind of decided I wasn't that into it. Awesome game though. I just didn't like the protagonist. This is brutal. This is brutally slow. But it is loading and we are going into the game. And I gotta show this. It's not my fault the game doesn't let you skip. I pressed all the buttons. One thing I'm hoping will happen soon with an update to the emulator is to just rebind your controls. When I checked out Streets of Rage Remake, it does seem to show that the Vita emulator has found certain bindings. So I don't see why it wouldn't ever like just let you change any of those bindings. It shouldn't be that hard. But yeah, so many shaders compiling right now to play this game really, really slowly. It's... oh, I just pressed the menu button. Holy... that's bright as hell. Oh, lovely. So, you know, still a good reason to own a Vita. This game looks kind of cool, actually. It's just so slow. Well, when I look in the sky... oh, when I look in the sky... oh, oh no. Okay. There is a lot of detail in this, though. I assume that this is a game that Odin could potentially play with future updates to this emulator, but holy crap. not as it is now. And of course I'm playing in high performance mode, just in case anyone's curious. But it's so slow that I can't show what did I break this? What did I do? Oh, there we go. It was just really slow loading that enemy in. It's like when I was typing earlier and like all of that stuff was happening at once. All the letters. Yeah, you can't play this like this. I don't even know if I'm hitting him. Because there is a thing with this emulator where it's like a game like Street Fighter X Tekken does not load in certain effects like fireballs. Whoa. It seems kind of cool though, if it actually ran smoothly. So, let's get out of this game. Oh my god. Wait. For God's sake. It's like, it's so slow that the normal functions of... Okay. Wait, I'm just gonna press this until, like... Come on. We'll be here forever. Okay. Oh, it's trying to load like a cutscene or something. Please, just let me close this emulator and open a new game. Please. Yep, that's great. Close the app. Close it. Okay, so we looked at that. Gravity Rush, I don't think works. We can boot it, but it's not going to get us into game. However, I've not used this graphics driver before. I've been using the Turnip Stable driver. So, this is a first for me, so we'll see what happens. It just crashes. I'm going to give that one more test. Oh, it's on default. Okay, yeah, we won't use it. I'm going to put it back to Turnip Stable. I'm going to save, and then I'm going to close the emulator. Open it up. Try Gravity Rush one more time. Very cool game, by the way. You can also get this on the PlayStation 3, where they had like a HD version. And then there's Gravity Rush 2, which is on the PS4, and it's legit a fantastic game. It's actually a very good sequel. I totally recommend these games, but I really wish Sony would do like, well, basically what they did with the first game, because on the PS4, Gravity Rush 2 is a 30 frames per second game, and you feel it, especially with like the kind of movement you get in the game, and it would be beautiful in 60 frames. I really hope that's a possibility. So we're going to try Killzone, and this is another one that will not work on the Odin. Yeah, it just makes that sound bloop and is not going to work. So yeah, I can't do anything. I'm going to leave it for a little bit because it has compiled shaders, but you know, that's just me like crossing my fingers and hoping something might happen. I've tested this several times and it will not open, so yeah, giving it up and going back in to the next game, which is Metal Gear Solid 3. I thought I got Metal Gear Solid 2. Metal Gear Solid 3 just kind of hangs on this menu here, this loading screen rather, this cool little logo down there. Whoa, this has never happened to me before. What the hell? Is it? Have I not tested this with Turnip Stable? I was really curious if the Metal Gear Solid games would run better on the Vita emulator than they do on Aether SX2. Wow, okay. I kind of don't know what to say. So, oh god, I'm used to pressing the other buttons. Okay. This is Metal Gear Solid 3. This hasn't happened to me before. Okay, new game. Whatever, it's fine. I'm not actually gonna play it. I just want to test it. I don't know what's gonna happen. Oh, what if it just crashes? I'll be so sad. Okay, so Metal Gear Solid 3 does not work. Mortal Kombat does work. And this is an interesting one because it seems to run quite well. I booted into this game like 2-3 times. The text seems a little odd. The text seems to be a bit bunched together, and I don't know what to make of that. But in terms of like actually like having a fight with different characters, it seemed to be running just fine actually. Yeah, so you see the text is kind of like it's bunched together. It's kind of not spaced properly, and it's cutting some of the letters off. I also just realized I don't have performance statistics up, but the main reason I always play is I've just been testing this with Scorpion. Let's do Sub-Zero. We're on full volume. Some of these games are a bit quiet. But yeah, the reason I'm not doing performance statistics is because the emulator is still like not complete. I wouldn't expect people to play or try to even play certain games unless they run really well. So I think it's going to be like showing quite obviously if something's running well or not. And this is one of those games that shows it's quite decent. The reason why it's stopping here and there is because it's saying it's compiling shaders. It only needs to do that once. So it's going to do that again when I like load a new effect. So every time I do that again, it should be fine. This is literally because I haven't used Scorpion before, I think. So if I was to try this again and do Scorpion, it should be a smoother fight overall. But this is pretty good. I want to grab him. Come here. Give me a... Nice. And this is pretty cool compared to Street Fighter X Tekken because you can see the effects being loaded in this. And I haven't played Mortal Kombat in ages. I know there's like back-forward moves. Is it like back-back, forward-forward? I don't know how to do it. What was that? I think it's down left and he does... He leaves like his ice clone. I don't know. I never played this version of Mortal Kombat. But, is it this version where they started doing a story mode and it was like a movie? Because the movie of this one, for Mortal Kombat 9, is actually, like, really cool. I don't know any... I don't know any fatalities. Oh, I just realized maybe... Okay, I shouldn't do anything gory, because that like might demonetize the video. I didn't think about that. So Rain is a character I've not battled yet, so it might... Oh, look at that. It might do some compile shader stuff. Yeah. And a new course. A new arena. I don't know if it's possible to like pre-download shaders from that have already been built from somewhere else, but ooh. See, actually, I'm not going to go play as Scorpion. But this is cool. This works quite well. Oh, see, 4 more shaders just compiled for whatever he was doing. It's annoying, but like, say you ran through the whole game and pretty much met every character and who did almost like every move, then you'd have a much more like smooth experience. And if I had performance statistics up, that wouldn't be like indicative of like these pauses, because compiling shaders is different. You can turn that off. Ooh, I don't know how I did that. Real. Fight. Round 2. Fight. There's like one game where he says it so like seductively. It's like, fight. Round 2. Fight. Round 2. Fight. Like, oh yeah, baby. Fight for me. Oh, you can do it in the air. But this is just like what having a good emulating experience is. You're not even thinking about performance. You're just playing the game and it's running. So this is cool. Oh yeah. I swear, like first punch, Sub-Zero is just bitch slapping this dude. Yeah, his first one, he's like, I'm gonna slap you. Oh no. Alt shaders for X-ray. Can I show this? Maybe I'll skew it. Oh no. I'm gonna slap him. Oh, he's rain. There you go. Slap him. Finish him off with a slap. There you go. Slapped you again. So that's Mortal Kombat. It works pretty well. Pretty happy with that. Next game I'm going to have a look at. This, I'm just going to show this. Motorstorm RC says it's playable, but I've tested this on the Retro Pocket 3 Plus as well. It just crashes. It will do some of this. It will start playing some pretty cool drum and bass music. Then it will show the logo again, and then it's going to crash. I'm crossing my fingers for a Metal Gear Solid 3 moment where it actually works. Because Motorstorm games are really fun. There's the Arctic one for the PSP as well, and you can use cheat codes to make it 60 frames per second, and you can upscale it on the Retro Pocket 3 Plus to 2x, I think, maybe 3. It plays super good, but no, crashed. Crashes the exact same way on both devices, so that's not going to work. And we'll go to the next game, Muramasa Rebirth. I think this one crashes. I don't recall being able to play this, but we'll see what happens. Actually, I can't remember why. I think it was I was having trouble with one game. Oh, that's right. I was having trouble with Dragon's Crown, and for some reason I couldn't fix the graphics in the game. They just looked awful. So I did a complete reinstall of Vita 3K and installed all the games again. Actually, no. I think I did get this to run. I was playing as some girl. Another Vanillaware title. I forgot this one's Vanillaware. Sure, Legend style. The music's a bit crackly. I tried the Oh. That didn't happen before. No, I have to test it. It must be done. Muramasa Rebirth. I played as the girl for a moment. For some reason, when I moved over to the other character, it crashed. I'm going to see if that happens again. Because I wanted to test the other character. I can't... Can I? Muramasa. Okay. Okay, it did not crash. So, here we go. I thought it was going to crash then. Do you wish to begin the tutorial? No. I vaguely remember how to play this on the Wii. I don't know if they're the same game, but you can play the Wii version on the Odin, and it works quite well. The music is crackly. Oh no. Oh no. Not going to do that again. I was able to play more successfully as the girl. Whew. That was a horrible sound. Ninja Gaiden Sigma Plus. Now, if you watch Taki Udon, you'll see he did a video where he used 2 different devices to check out this game. And on one of them, which was the more powerful device, he couldn't actually get the game to properly run. It would crash. And it's because this game runs better with like a certain graphics driver used to get it to perform. So he used a different device with less power, but because it was able to utilize one of the graphics drivers, he was able to actually get into the game and play it fairly well. And I tested this for a little bit, and I was able to play it for a little while, but I can't remember which driver I used. So I'm just going to start it up, and we're using the Turnip Stable driver again still. And let's see if it's going to boot us into game. Chapter 1, The Way of the Ninja. Yeah. Right, compile. So we've got some shaders compiled. And more shaders. Wow, I just said like 49. And it looks like we're good. Oh, I really hope they do some audio stretching option in the future. Because some of these games seem to be running really well. So they just need some stretching. So this is Ninja Gaiden Sigma. I think there's some like light and heavy attacks or something in this game. Whoa. That did not sound good, is it? It's gonna crash. I believe that happened to me before, so I'm not going to test that again because I'm pretty sure the same thing's going to happen. It's a shame, but it was playable, so I have high hopes for that in the future. That seems like one that could definitely be played on this device. Well, hopefully, maybe Aether SX2 has spoiled us a bit because the updates for that emulator were so good that a lot of games just suddenly start to become more and more playable. In the case of the Vita, it'd be amazing if the same were true. It's just that the Vita is a more demanding device, and you know, the higher up you get with these emulators, the more power they need. So who knows, maybe a fair amount of this catalog, maybe the Odin just can't do it because it needs more power. And a lot of people, I think, would have liked the Odin to have a stronger Snapdragon CPU chip. Sorry. I do recall Ninja Gaiden 2 not booting. I'm letting it go for a little while because the fan's kind of like doing different noises that seem to indicate it might be trying to do some shader stuff. But to the next one, which is Secret of Mana. I'm going to have a little look at this. Secret of Mana runs very well on the Retro Pocket 3 Plus, so I'm assuming it's going to run perfectly on the Odin. We're going to play in Japanese. We'll choose Japanese this time. Randy. I can't remember if you can skip cutscenes in this. So my experience of this on the Retro Pocket 3 Plus was very, very smooth, apart from 1 or 2 locations where it's the frame rate dropped a little bit. We're going to skip that intro cinematic and just get straight to the gameplay, because I haven't actually tested this on the Odin yet, so I'll be interested to see if it can actually hold up. And it looks like it's going to. And there's no problem with the audio. I'm going to turn that back up again. Randy. This seemed like a really cool game to end up playing on the Retro Pocket, but if it's going to be buttery smooth on this device, because I'm considering playing this one, I just really like the Retro Pocket because it's small and light and easy to play. Randy. Nice. I'm not sure. I think the English language in this is actually decent and not annoying, so I probably would just play this in English. I'm not going to bother fighting the enemies, although, you know, it would give you good experience if you're actually playing this to get up a level or two. I'm just going to run over to the starting village and fight the first boss. No problem so far. Ow. Oh, you can push the enemies too, that's nice. Randy. Alright, it should be there now. Because there's a bit more going on with the boss. Oh my god, this is so nice. It looks so good on this screen. Baka? I know that means idiot. You idiot! You pulled the legendary sword out of the ground. Well, it asked me to. Couple little audio errors there, but nothing really to, you know, whine about. Ow, that freezes you in your tracks. Randy is unconscious. What a name, Randy. I think if I do this I can heal. If I have some candy, I don't know if I do. Oh damn, he got taken out quick. And you get a trophy too, so you can have trophies on this emulator. This game is loud. This game is really loud. Well, okay, that's a nice little demonstration of that. I'm pretty sure the late areas where it started a bit, I think the Odin has the power to play it properly, so that's great. Sonic Transformed is a game that should crash and not work. It says it's playable on the compatibility list, but I haven't got this game to boot yet. It says shaders compiled, but I'm pretty sure it's... I think this game just crashes. We'll see. Yeah, either crashes or it does nothing. But this would have been a cool one to have playable. I don't think it's going to do anything. I can't even hear the fan going either, so... And it's already said like shaders compiled, so I'm pretty sure it's just a booting problem. If I try and back out now, it is working. I can continue. Got another Ninja Gaiden 2 problem here. Oh, it's so annoying, because now I'm tempted to just leave it and see if it works. Please. okay, I'm going to go ahead and say that I never got it working before. Again, it's Metal Gear Solid 3. That's now making me second guess. No, this game's not going to run. We're going to exit out, go to the next game. So, next game we have a look at Streets of Rage Remake. So, I'm going to leave a link in the description how to install this. I've uploaded the data I used because you have to extract the data from the 5.2 version. So it's loaded a save state, but I'm just going to quit here. I don't know what the buttons are. There we go. Yeah, so when you install this game, you'll have a VPK and there's a RAR file, and with the version I've linked down below, if you put this in the UXO and then data folder and then extract it there, you should have the necessary files to have this in widescreen. You can see that the D-pad doesn't work. We're not going to get D-pad support until basically we get the option to reset our bindings on this emulator, so I can put the stick on the D-pad, but because the Odin is nice across the top, I don't mind playing it like this. Whereas if it was the Retro Pocket 3 Plus, using the D-pad's a lot more ideal to play a game like this rather than use the stick down here. But for the Odin, it's actually not that bad. And here you have the 5.2 version, which is incredible. So I'm just gonna jump into one-player mode. We'll pick Blaze this time. Another especially loud game. I think I'll turn it down a bit for this one. I think this time I'll pick the... I can't remember what I picked before. Let's just start here. It's been a really long time since I played Streets of Rage Remake, but it's just one of the best versions of Streets of Rage you can play. And it looks so good in widescreen. Such a good game. Now, what would be incredible is if they added some kind of combo system to this game, like Streets of Rage 4 has, because I really like the action in that game. Yeah, I love this. I said this in my Retro Pocket 3 video that when Vita 3K became available for Android, this is one of the first things I thought about doing, because the only way you could play Streets of Rage Remake on a Android device was basically you'd have to use the PSP version on PPSSPP, and that's only 5.1. So now you have the 5.2 version, which is completely widescreen. The only problem currently is you cannot use a D-pad, which is, for a lot of people, I'd say it's a game breaker, a deal breaker, because 2D games are sometimes just a lot nicer to just use a D-pad with. But on the Odin, because it's like you don't have to move your thumbs down at all, it still feels really nice to play this. It looks beautiful on the screen as well. And when I did my video the other day, it was cool to make people think, oh my god, she just got obliterated. It was cool to remind people that this was an option. To have this game on a handheld is just so good, and on your phone as well. Now you can have this version on your phone. So good. Streets of Rage, man, such a big part of my childhood. Me and my brother used to play this a lot. Oh my god. Oh! And we used to have like strategies together how we would beat certain characters, especially in Streets of Rage 3. Like if you timed it right and you had one character either side an enemy, you could time your punches from either side, so you would like infinitely stun the enemy. But it felt really cool to do with someone because you felt like, you know, you just felt really badass together. Like, yeah, our coordinations. It's like two snipers taking out 2 targets at the same time. You know, it's like, yeah, that coordination's badass. This guy's kicking my ass. Yeah, you want some of this? Oh, no. I'm gonna die. Oh! Is he dead? He's dead. He's dead. Ow. Alright, I'm not gonna show any more of this game, but look, there it is. Streets of Rage. And someone in the comments in my last video was mistook this for like your standard Streets of Rage. Streets of Rage Remake is a fan-made version of basically a compilation of everything in Streets of Rage 1, 2, and 3 in one really awesome package. And it adds a lot of like replayability for different reasons, lots of really cool fan-made music as well. And they built it from scratch, so it's not like a hack or something of the original games. This is all like been programmed from scratch. But unfortunately, and kind of rightly so, Sega shut this down over 10 years ago. It's been a really long time, and it's unfortunate because I think if Sega worked together with these developers, this would be such an amazing version of Streets of Rage for people to own. Instead of just releasing 1, 2, and 3 again as just like your standard ports. But yeah, and you can see here, this is the live app screen. Oh, it just crashed. And there is no button there to say play or continue, which is why when you play Streets of Rage Remake, you have to have this, where is it, GUI? You have to have live area app screen off, otherwise you cannot play that game. Oh no, I just loaded the wrong game. No, I want to go. Oh, screw it, it's not letting me. I'll just restart the emulator. Okay, so that's Streets of Rage Remake. Got a fair few games to go, but some of them crashed, so that's fine. Soul Sacrifice Delta. Have played some of this. It does seem playable. This game also has a phenomenal I can't say phenomenal soundtrack that includes Yasunori Mitsuda, who also did the Chrono Trigger and Chrono Cross soundtracks. Yeah, really cool stuff. I can't remember if I saved or not. I believe I was able to play a small part of the game. I got through the intro and it did not crash. I'll have to check if I can continue. It's saying I can. Do I need to touch? I do. Okay. Ooh, Soul Sacrifice. I kind of recall reading this. This might be the intro again, actually, which is a shame. I should have played up to a section where I could have saved instead. Seems like it has to load something here, so we'll just let it do its thing. Yeah, I have watched this. So I was able to like look around, because you're like trapped in a cage. I don't know if you're trapped in a cage this whole game. You get this book. Let's see if I can skip this. Okay, I can skip this. Oh yeah, so the book's trapped, and you can use the touch to clear away the bones. So there was this other person imprisoned, and he had this book too. And he's like, "Please don't kill me." And it's like, "Oh no, now you've seen through my facade. I won't be able to kill this sorcerer. I've not learned the secrets of this book." And then he gets taken out. And the book here is just, he's nuts. But apparently, I think this book is going to teach us a bunch of cool magic. I've never actually played this game myself, not properly, but I think it's more along the lines of a kind of like, not necessarily, it's like Freedom Wars. I was going to say Monster Hunter again, but it's not. But you have to, I think you have to like offer your soul in order to get more power. The guy we're with has got issues. It's weird. I can't use triangle or circle yet. I can... Oh, these controls are weird. Like, I can press R and it'll take me to a spell menu, and... Oh, I can cycle through them? That's strange. Hang on, let me just get a bit comfy again.
Good. Our work here is done. You are not injured, I trust.
No! Give us a big monster to fight. Oh. Oh, okay. A bit bigger than I expected. Jesus. You see what I mean? It's weird that this game runs perfectly and Freedom Wars doesn't. So hopefully that's an emulation problem and might be playable sometime. I don't know what it wants me to do. Oh, I can make like a stone wall to protect me, and then fire it at him when I need to. Or that. And the sound's not bad either. Not crashing, which is great. I don't actually know what to do. But I was hitting him earlier. I don't know how to get rid of this menu. I don't want it anymore.
No choice. Behold the black rite.
Well, that's nice. Oh, hell yeah. I kind of wanted to get past that and see if it, like, tried to load something else, if it might crash. Because a lot of stuff was just happening then. So we're in a loading screen, and let's see what happens. Oh, we're back in the book now. That's great. That's simulation summed up. How did it feel to relive the past? Oh, it was beautiful. It could have been a little better, but yeah, so that was Soul Sacrifice. Street Fighter X Tekken is interesting because it works. It just doesn't load in all the effects. And I don't think it matters which GPU driver you pick. I think this is still just a matter of like, just, you know, an update in the future to get this working a bit better somehow. I don't know how. I don't make the emulators. So, but this is actually, I don't know why this was the first game I tested, but but it was, and I was like, whoa, okay, that's cool. The audio's a little crackly, but it is functioning. Now, compared to some of the other videos I've seen, I'm going to try and pick some like characters I've not really checked, because I want it to compile some shaders. Let's pick, I don't know who Julia is, and is that Mega Man? That's Mega Man. And they'll come in and we'll just sort of just keep spamming X until we can play. Just skip that cinematic because, you know, they're just like morphing pictures basically. So it's a bit crackly at the versus screen, but once you actually get in game, it's a lot smoother. Oh yeah, I suppose this will be a good time to just double check. High performance mode, smart fan, and you know, because I meant to check that earlier, but it just wasn't letting me show at the time because the emulator was hogging all the processing power. Oh, we got dial sim. Okay. So it's compiled some more shaders. And I'll do my best to play this game without moving the Odin too much. Mega Man! He's so fat. What the hell? I didn't know that. So when I do a fireball, God damn it, Dawson. It won't show the projectile stuff. That's still a problem. Oh, he can do an uppercut? That's badass. KO Dalsim. It's kind of strange that the fighting games work. However, I wasn't able to test Dead or Alive 5. Maybe I'll get a chance to do that at some point. I actually played this game for a little while when it came out, and there was one character whose combos I learned really well. It was really fun to combo in this game. When you know how to do all those combos. Wait, does she have a kick uppercut? And do they have FADC in this? No. There's a grab. What about these two? Oh, I don't know. I used to play a lot of Street Fighter 4, and that was a really fun game. And this looks a lot like Street Fighter 4. And I guess I'm pretty excited for Street Fighter 6. I haven't played a Street Fighter or any kind of fighting game properly since, like, the end of Street Fighter 4, so I don't know. Pretty cool. I want to see who the next characters is. I don't think I've been on the stage before and it loaded really smooth. But yeah, it runs really great except for the fact it doesn't load some particle effects. And like when you're picking loading characters, it's really slow there for some reason. It's strange, I don't really get it. Like that, why is it slow here but absolutely fine in game? Who knows? Damn, Mega Man has got a smile on him. He is smiling. I'm starting to like get like muscle memory kind of stuff back from like Street Fighter 4, but I don't know this character's moves, so I don't know if she has any target combos or what, but she's kind of cool. Anyway, that's quite a good look at Street Fighter X Tekken, which runs fairly nice. So, we're getting towards the end of the video. I'm going to show... this was a game I wish I showed on the Retro Pocket 3 Plus because it's a really cool game to have since you can't get it on Android or anything. It is on the Switch, but I don't know if it runs very well on Skyline. I think somebody told me that maybe it doesn't. So if that's the case, you have like a perfect version of Super Meat Boy on the Vita, on Vita 3K here. It works very well. And runs on the Retro Pocket 3 Plus. I didn't see any problems with that game on there. Ooh. So it's cool to have this. The audio is a little stuttery. I don't know if I recall that on the Retro Pocket, but you know, it's another case of the game running well, but having slight audio issues, just like Dragon's Crown. I didn't mean to save that. Ugh. It doesn't help playing a game like this when you're looking at the capture, because it's very like, you know, you have to be very precise. Oh, wait. Wait a minute, where am I going? But yeah, I'm just like chugging through these levels with no problems. Oh no. I know what I wanted to do, but it's just because I'm looking at the capture. Oh, I'm gonna do it. No! Alright, well, I mean, I could be doing that for a long time. So, I mean, it's a 2D game, it runs really well. Not all 2D games run great, you know, like Muramasa doesn't, but yeah, Super Meat Boy runs. Tearaway is a unique game. I couldn't get this to work. There's graphical problems. It's like you get into the game, then it just doesn't seem like it's playable. So I already wrote this off, but we'll test it again. I can't remember how many of these games I've got on here. I've got like 25 maybe, and let's just say half of them works. But that's kind of sad because most of the games on here are touted as playable on the compatibility list. So, oh, apparently I have saved. You want to overwrite? No, I do not. No. So how is it? Wait, so I can't just press play? Oh, I can. So the graphics are already kind of messed up, but then it's going to be like a black screen and yeah. And there's nothing I can do. I can press the start menu to kind of do this.
Look, there they are. What is it? It's a U.
But
A U.
it's all black and the graphics are messed up. Just for the sake, might as well just see if this goes any further. Which I don't think it's going to do. Yeah, I mean, I can press this button and it's not doing anything. So Tearaway is not currently playable on here. So this leaves us with 4 more games. 2 of them don't work. Touch My Katamari. Touch My Katamari does not work. It just does this yellow screen and I'm pretty sure it's going to crash. Or it just does nothing. This is one I really wanted to see if it worked or not. So I've done this several times. I know that's not going to work, so I'm not going to bother. This is when someone tells me in the comments, no, it does work. I'd be happy to hear that. Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3 boots here, but then will crash. Unless it wants to do a Metal Gear Solid 3 on me and actually work. That would be lovely. Yeah, crash. Same thing has happened every time. So unfortunately, that doesn't work. It does say it's playable on the compatibility list. Now, Uncharted, can't remember if I've tested it on here, but I tested it on the Retro Pocket 3 Plus. This game runs on the Retro Pocket 3 Plus fairly well. It's kind of mind-boggling. So I have absolutely no doubt it's going to work on the Odin. And I guess a fair amount of people are interested in the Uncharted on the Vita. I like the Uncharted games, but it was always my impression that Uncharted on the Vita was not very good. Actually, did I test something here? No. Okay, so we're going to have to... Yeah, what would I be saving? I'm at the menu. Okay. Yeah, so I've heard it's not like a particularly great Uncharted or anything. Maybe it isn't that bad to play, but if it works well on the Odin, why not? I just know I'm not interested in this one. So, we're going to skip this when it loads. It shouldn't take long. There we go. And this game, it does use the touchscreen for this and that. You don't have to. And it starts a bit slow. Oh wait, no, that's just the game doing that when it shows that. Yeah, and then it speeds up. So it works. But oh my god, like... Uncharted basically like created a whole well, I don't want to say genre, but so many games started to do all this like climbing ledges stuff, and I don't miss it. Uncharted did it well because it was always like surprising and cinematic, but this version of Uncharted seems a bit you know, like it's not exciting anymore. I can't remember when this came out compared to Uncharted 2, which starts off with like a train crash. It's like a flash forward in the game. So you have to do this whole climbing on a crash train on the mountainside, and it's like quite exhilarating. And then it does a flashback to like previously, you know, and then you play up to that point again. I'm not sure if this game says playable on the compatibility list, so I have no idea if this is something that might actually get worse later on. So let's... Can I just touch him? I can. There you go. Touch him to throw him off. And he has a gun, and I can just press that and take his gun. Uh-oh. No, that's okay. That happened on the Retro Pocket 2. And it's very smooth. Oh, some odd graphical glitches, and the sound's a little it's better now. I don't recall seeing these graphical glitches on the Retro Pocket. I can't remember what to do to like go into cover, so I'm just not going to go into cover. Something I really liked about Uncharted 1, I remember playing Uncharted 1 and oh, I just like jumped over him. And then, what's this? Was I supposed to tap his head? What do you do? Is it not loading in something? I don't know if it's... Oh, it's stroke down. On the... That's not loading correctly. On the Retro Pocket, it... Oh. Is he okay? Oh dear. What the hell? He's died and done the splits. I bet he's going to be gutted. He's never done the splits in his life, and the only time he did it is when he died. But yeah, it's running really nicely, except for the graphical errors at the top. Couple of little like black splotches, black squares. Oh. Does it want me to keep going? I thought it wanted me to fire over... Oh, no, that's no good. That's no good. Why is it not letting me fire? Sorry, I didn't read the thing. Alright, I'm gonna let Nate die and then I'm gonna move on. He's gonna fall, it's gonna be funny. Oh my god, kill him already. Yeah, there you go. So that's Uncharted. That's cool. It works. I guess you find, like, so with Aether SX2, for example, there was a point where suddenly Resident Evil 4 just ran incredibly well, and a couple other games. So I think with these emulators, they do, like, focus on a select few games for a little bit, so that those, you know, they're like good tests to work on the emulator and get, like, at least a few like flagship games running better than most. But this is Wipeout. I've tested this a little bit. I can't remember if I had a driver for this for when I tested it. So now I have one on. We'll see if it performs a little better. Basically, you get into these menus and it runs quite well. But then once you get into the game, it runs a lot slower, unfortunately. So... Damn, what a time we live in. We can just touch the screen. Touching the screen is old now. But it is really cool. So, I'm just going to start up an event. But if it's going to do what it did for me last time, we should be seeing gameplay around 15 frames per second. This looks a little bit better with the oh, and it crashed. I was going to say it looks a little bit better than the driver I used. I'm going to try that one more time. And see if it crashes again. Because we've had one game we've tested where it like crashed. But actually when we got back into the game, it could boot and it was running just fine. And then we have only one more game I can test since I haven't got any more installed, and that's Ys Origins. Ys Origins I have also put on the Retro Pocket 3 Plus because I believed it was a game that could run well on it, and it does. So, but I don't know how I'm going to test it on here because it has like a long intro. It takes forever before you are even capable of doing any movement in the game. And that's even with like a fast forward skip button. Really takes ages to get started. So yeah, same event again. Let's just, because if it crashes again, I don't remember it crashing before. If it crashes twice, all I'll say is try a different graphics driver. And maybe you'll have better luck. Nope, just hard crashes again. So yeah, maybe try a different graphics driver. Otherwise, for now, not playable, supposedly. So yeah, last game, I don't know how I'll be able to test this, is Ys Origins. I'll just get it started and then I'll try and fast forward as much as I can. Really? It works on the Retro Pocket? That's weird. If it crashes again, then maybe it's a graphics driver and you might need to change it. Wow, that's interesting. I'm going to show you one here. Hi Nintendo. Oh, it's weird holding this. This is so light in comparison. Please load. Thank you. So, East Origins on here. I don't know if I have a save. I just wanted to show you that it does actually run. See, like, no problem. Strange, right? Maybe it's a graphics thing. If I set it to default, maybe it's fine. So the title screen is crap. Oh, I don't have any data. Oh, that sucks. I'll just pick the guy this time because I picked the girl. But I just wanted to show that it will like load into the game. So if it doesn't boot on the Odin, then at least you know it will boot on the Retro Pocket 3 Plus. I didn't actually try the guy. I only tried the girl the first time. But yeah, I don't know why I'm doing this because I'm touting this as an Odin, an AYN Odin Pro video, but I just guess it's interesting to see that it does actually work on this. So it does not let you skip stuff, dude. It's just Hugo rubbish. Who cares? I want to look at the game. So this is the same intro before. It does actually go full widescreen. For some reason in this cutscene, it's 4:3. I don't really know why, but yeah, it loads, and I've got the fast forward thing going on now. I was testing this earlier, and I just put it down for like a good 5 minutes, I think, before I was able to do any playing. But I forgot if they need to fix the sleep mode thing, so I'm gonna have to quit out of there. But yeah, literally just wanted to show that it works on the Retro Pocket. So that is PlayStation Vita. I don't have any other games to show. Knowing that certain things are playable, I'm optimistic to see updates where we can boot into Call of Duty, Assassin's Creed, hopefully Fez. I assume Freedom Wars is playable on this, just needs more updates. Gravity Rush didn't boot, Killzone didn't boot, Metal Gear Solid 3 surprisingly booted, but then did not go into game. Mortal Kombat works. Motorstorm wouldn't boot, Muramasa crashed, Ninja Gaiden's crashed, that didn't boot, Sonic didn't boot, Tearaway had problems, Touch My Katamari didn't boot, Marvel vs. Capcom didn't boot, Wipeout crashed. So it's a real mixed bag, and a lot of these said they were playable. So we are looking at months down the line before we see some of these games potentially playable. Just hopefully there'll be updates. I think somebody said that now Vita 3K has come to Android, then hopefully that there'll be more interest in the emulator, so perhaps more work will be done on the emulator, and maybe at a faster pace, because if there's more demand for it, it might be more it inspire more interest in actually making a lot more progress, because initially it was just PC, and I don't actually know how many people were interested on Vita for PC. It seems more lucrative to have it as a handheld emulator. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I think we've had a really good look at Vita 3K. We're probably going to be waiting a month or two before we see any like serious updates for this emulator. And that's, fingers crossed, because Vita is like new territory. We've seen PlayStation 2 territory before, so it just kind of became expected that we'd see constant new updates for Aether SX2. So I don't think we should be expecting that with Vita 3K, but it'd be really nice if we did. But yeah, that's the end of this video, and a good look at Vita 3K on the Odin. So if you like that, please give it a like. Subscribe to my channel if you want to see more videos like this. Hit the bell icon if you want to be notified of new content. And that's a wrap. Thank you very much and have a good day. Bye bye.